Hello and welcome to the Sabirov's Law Firm show every Wednesday, 10:30 a.m. Toronto time. We are with you to present a great topic and answer your questions. It's great to see you all, and today we will be talking about Canada's new tech talent strategy. So don't go far away, let's get started.
Just a quick reminder before we start. Please note that whatever you hear in these live sessions or any content you see on social media by Sabirov's Law Firm is general information only and not legal advice. While we may use certain real-life scenarios or legal cases for learning purposes, it is important to remember that this does not constitute a legal opinion. For personalized legal advice, please consult with your lawyer or hire a Canadian immigration lawyer. Now, let's get back to our show.
Welcome back to the show. This is Rahmat Sabirov, managing lawyer of Sabirov's Law Firm, a boutique business immigration law firm based in Toronto, Canada. I welcome you all wherever you're joining us from. Tell us where you're joining us from. That would be very interesting for us to know. Today's topic is Canada's new talent strategy, how foreign entrepreneurs and Canadian companies can benefit from it. So our audience consists of mostly foreign entrepreneurs and Canadian business owners who can benefit from this talent strategy. We will focus on Minister Sean Fraser's recent announcement, sixth announcement that he made at the Collision Conference end of last month, and we will delve into the benefits for you specifically. So let's start first with the direct video that I took at Collision Conference and listen to the Minister Sean Fraser directly from himself.
Yeah, for those of you who weren't at Center Stage earlier today, we had a big announcement. We unveiled Canada's new strategy to attract tech talent from around the world. There's 6 different key pieces to this strategy. The first 3 involve existing programs that we needed to improve. The last 3 involve brand new ideas that we're going to be moving forward with. The existing programs include things like the global skills strategy, getting back to a 2-week timeline for processing, changes to our express entry system, that's Canada's flagship economic stream for those who are not familiar with it, and having a dedicated program within express entry that's specific to STEM sectors that within a couple of weeks is going to be bringing people to Canada. The other big existing program we needed to reform was the startup visa program. That's a program with enormous potential to bring entrepreneurial tech professionals to Canada who are going to start businesses here. And we're going to solve the challenges facing the inventory by prioritizing applications within the system. And for those who are waiting for their application to be processed, give them access to an open work permit that's going to allow them and their families to be in Canada. The brand new stuff is really exciting as well. We're going to be working on a new stream with industry over the second half of this year to advance a new pathway for some of the world's most talented people to come to Canada, whether or not they have a job offer. We've also got a new digital nomad strategy we're going to be launching so people can come to Canada, work for a foreign employer for up to 6 months, and if they get a job offer while they're here, we're going to let them convert to a Canadian work permit. And then the last pillar of this strategy involves what's going on in the United States. We've seen massive layoffs in the tech sector from immensely talented people who only had 60 days after they lose their job to find a new one or be told they had to leave the United States. Where we saw those layoffs in the news, we started talking about opportunities for Canada. So on July 16th, we're going to open a new stream to allow 10,000 H-1B visa holders to come and work in Canada and potentially one day become Canadian.
So now you heard from Minister Sean Fraser directly. Now let's delve into those changes together. I have a small presentation that I will make and I will wait for your questions. Get your questions ready. I'll get back to those in a moment. Okay, let's start with my presentation. So these are the 6 changes that Sean Fraser mentioned in his announcement, and there was a press release delving into the details of those changes. What I want to highlight today is from the perspective of business immigration, from the perspective of foreign entrepreneurs who want to come to Canada, and from the perspective of Canadian employers who want to benefit from these changes, okay? So first one is open work permit for 10,000 H-1B visa holders and their families in the US. So we are inviting all those 10,000 plus people from the US to relocate to Canada and perhaps establish their future in this great country. Second one is a new LMIA exempt innovation stream by the end of 2023. We will not be going into that much detail about that stream because we don't know the details yet. So stay tuned, follow us, and we will get back with this innovation stream when it's announced in due course. And the third one, a 14-day service standard for work permits under the Global Talent Stream is coming back, which is great news for those who want to use this program and relocate to Canada in a very short period of time. Fourth is promotion of Canada as a destination for digital nomads. If you are a digital nomad working for a non-Canadian company remotely, you may consider relocating to Canada and getting the best of this wonderful country and live in Canada, work for your company remotely. The fifth is STEM-specific draw under Express Entry, which has kickstarted already on July 5th, and we had another draw on July 5th. We will have another draw recently on Francophone, STEM-specific healthcare workers under Express Entry. And the last but not the least, very important update is improvements to the Startup Visa Program of Canada, which is one of the most popular programs for foreign entrepreneurs to relocate to Canada. So let's delve into the benefits, and I will try to answer two questions today. How can these changes serve you in your relocation to Canada as a foreign entrepreneur? And second question, how can you benefit from these changes as a Canadian employer? All right, from the perspective of our audience, we will go one by one the changes and the benefits of those changes to our audience. 10,000 H-1B visa holders and their families will be affected positively. Now what you need to do is you need to apply for a 3-year open work permit for you and your spouse, because once you get an open work permit, your spouse can get the same. It starts July 15th, very, very soon, so get ready. And it is capped, it's limited to 10,000 applicants. Their family members are not counted into this cap of 10,000. Let both of you, the spouse or the partner, both of you work towards your permanent residence in Canada. So this is a benefit. You come work for your company remotely at the beginning, but if you find a job in Canada, get a job offer, and you can get into the PR stream quite easily. If your current employer has an office in Canada, H-1B visa holders, maybe you will transfer to the Canadian office and use that job offer for both the work permit status. Of course, you will get three-year work permit, but also you can use that job offer to increase your chances and facilitate your permanent residence application to Canada. And ultimately, the goal is, as Minister Sean Fraser mentioned in his speech, the ultimate goal is to see you as a proud Canadian citizens, contributing to Canada's economy, and so on. So this is one benefit. The benefit to the Canadian employers is a little bit different, but again, positive. You have now bigger and better pool of candidates to choose from. Canadian employers, watch out, the foreign H-1B visa holders will be coming to Canada, and you can benefit by hiring them quite easily. Consider retaining the talent for a longer time by supporting their permanent residence in Canada. Consider supporting their permanent residence efforts by giving a job offer and allowing them to use that job offer for their PR purposes. You need to look now for two types of additional workforce in the labor market. One is digital nomads. We will come to that in a moment. The second one also is SUV, startup visa applicants who now, again, we will come to that, now will have an option to get a 3-year work permit. So now you have 3 categories of candidates that are improving your selection of labor force or workforce to improve your operations. One is H-1B visa holders with 3-year work permit. Second, digital nomads that will be coming you can attract them. And the third, SUV visa application, startup visa application candidates who will be getting 3-year work permits. Okay, these are all work permits, and then you can also, in addition to these candidates, you can consider their spouses who will get an open work permit too. If you have any talent acquisition or HR related questions related to that, you can talk to us at any time by going to sobirovs.com and getting a holistic meeting with our lawyers. So next, foreign tech entrepreneurs or tech companies can benefit from these changes. A 14-day service standard under Global Talent Stream is coming back. It used to be 14-day, but because of the pandemic, because of the backlog, it was beyond much longer than 14 days. It's coming back according to Minister Sean Fraser, and according to our practice, it's being processed quite fast. You can come to Canada with your family as a foreign entrepreneur if you're suitable to Global Talent Stream application with your family in less than 1 month. In our experience, that has been the case. Existing startup visa applicants. According to rumors in the industry, there's a backlog of between 17,000 to 19,000 existing startup visa applications in the pipeline. So those applicants, regardless of their essential nature or not, those founders of startups can now get 3-year open work permit, which allows them to come to Canada, work for their startup or work somewhere else while waiting for their PR application results. So again, you can get Canadian experience, or your spouse or partner can get Canadian experience, and you can move forward with your PR perhaps faster than the startup visa PR application. So talk to us about your options, and we will give a holistic, honest opinion. Next is future startup visa applicants. So now I talked about existing one. There's also a potential pool of future applicants now that they are more interested, more attracted to the startup visa program, which allows them to get probably 3-year work permit, but it's not yet clear. It's not yet clear whether future applicants will also have that flexibility of 3-year open work permit. So if you have a great innovative idea, then consider applying for PR under Startup Visa Program of Canada. Also, in parallel or right after your PR application, apply for a 3-year work permit to relocate to Canada sooner, because the Startup Visa Program PR aspect, PR process is quite long. The last time I checked, it was 37 months to get a PR under Startup Visa Program. So the sooner you relocate to Canada, the better for you and for your startup. Bring your family and diversify your PR options, because when you are in Canada, as I mentioned, your spouse, your partner can get Canadian experience perhaps and become the principal applicant and move faster as compared to startup visa PR route. So reach out to Sobirov's law firm today to discuss various options, and let us come up with the best immigration strategy for you. But there's a big but in this announcement. Making changes to the designated organization list, probably it's coming, because Minister Sean Fraser emphasized certain designated organizations will probably get priority. Okay, so Canada is prioritizing startup with money injected. So if your startup is well financed, probably with these new changes, it will be facilitated, it will be prioritized by the government. Not clear, as I mentioned, if 3-year open work permit will be applicable to new applications. This is not very clear to us, and I don't want you to quote on me. I hope the government will give more clarity in the nearest future. Okay, now benefit for tech entrepreneurs or tech companies, those who are doing ICT, intra-company transfer. Everything is as usual, like C11 work permits, intra-company transfer work permits, and tech entrepreneurs going under that, or regular entrepreneurs going under that stream. Everything is as usual. You are minimally affected. So ICT, C11 is not affected at all. So don't worry about that. Our clients' applications in these streams, intracompany transfer and C11, is being processed successfully and as business as usual. Okay. Existing startup visa applicants, those in tech and innovation sector, now you may have alternative pathways that can speed up your immigration. Read our success stories at sobirovs.com. We just published a success story of an ICT, intracompany transfer work permit holder who then obtained permanent resident status. It's been published recently. Go and check it out. I hope you will relate to that story. Again, contact us to discuss all the alternatives, because the more changes the Minister of Immigration is making, the more complex it's become for even lawyers to navigate through the system now. But having a solid legal advice next to you will increase your chances. How do we work? Last two slides. How do we work with you? We build your long-term immigration strategy. We implement your strategy, and we readjust the strategy as needed, because things change from week to week. Everything is moving forward. So contact us. We specialize in building solid immigration strategies. If we can help you, we will say yes, we can help you. If we cannot help you, we will say that too. Okay. If you want an honest opinion, or if you're confused now with all these new changes and moving parts, book a meeting with us. No obligation meeting. If you don't find it very useful after the meeting, no worries, we will reimburse all the fees associated with that meeting. And follow us on different social media platforms and subscribe. It will help us a lot. So now it's time for your questions. Let's get to those questions right away.
To stay updated on all things related to Canadian business immigration, check us out on social media. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter for the latest news and updates. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell to stay informed about the most recent immigration news, interviews with top immigration specialists, and our weekly live shows. Visit our website at www.sobirovs.com for more information or to book a consultation with our team of experts.
So those who have any questions related to these changes, or in general related to business immigration, let's start with your questions. One question that came through is, what is the effect on intra-company transfers, C11 work permit on a federal level? So, as I mentioned in my presentation, there's no direct effect to those applications. They are being processed as usual, and according to our practice, our results that we obtained for our clients, they're processed in a timely manner. So no worries there. Because of these 6 changes and improvements in the system, you will not be directly affected if you are an intra-company transfer or C11 work permit applicant. So don't worry about that. If you have any questions, if you are our existing client, I encourage to contact us, the lawyers, and let's discuss. Let's put an ease on this if you are worried about your applications. We're always open for communicating with you. Just email us at wecare@sobirovs.com and we'll try to answer your questions right away. If you have any other questions, let me know. From now on, we are also, a quick announcement, we are also running a marathon, Q&A marathon. Questions from you, answers from me. So follow different social media channels. If you see an announcement of that marathon, there is a video announcement coming up very soon. Under that video, put your questions down, and I promise each and every question will be answered by my team or by myself for sure. And try to relate it to business immigration and investor immigration, which is our specialty. Also, you can ask questions about tech immigration, PNP programs for entrepreneurs, startup visa programs, program, and so on. So we are here to answer your questions anytime throughout the social media platforms. Okay, another question that came in usually is, it's one of the FAQs that I receive all the time. The question is, do I need an immigration lawyer, a business immigration lawyer for my business immigration application? Or can I do it with immigration consultant or myself? I would say, of course, you can choose to do it yourself. You can choose to do it with your family, friends, or whatnot. But there are a lot of legal aspects, legal procedures that business immigration entails. It's not an easy form filling exercise. It's a strategy building. It's business plan drafting and revising. There are so many compliance and legal aspects that you better go with an immigration lawyer who does it on a daily basis and has the wide knowledge of ins and outs of business immigration programs that are constantly changing, to be honest. Look at the startup visa applications. Now they are completely changed. The dynamics have changed, but it remains one of the best programs and one of the most popular programs. And you know recent changes to the C11 work permit applications, which is still a great program for some of you who are watching us. Going with immigration lawyer who is licensed under Law Society of Ontario or any other law societies in Canada will make you a better, will lessen the risks associated with refusals and whatnot. And more importantly, once you apply and there's a hiccup in the process, lawyers are best fitted to answer all the questions of Canadian authorities, even go to federal court, which is the privilege of the lawyers to go to federal court to argue your case and to launch a judicial review procedure if you get refused. So going with the lawyers, going with the professionals who are doing it on a daily basis and with a success rate as high as you can imagine. So it is a better option for you if you go with immigration lawyer. But if you disagree with me, please leave a comment. I am always open to criticism, to constructive discussion and feedback. I would appreciate your feedback on this video too. So any questions from the audience, we will wait for 20 more seconds and we will say goodbye for today's show. Every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Toronto time, we are here with you to answer your questions and give you feedback if you have any confusion. You can follow us at sobirovs.com website. It's being updated with success stories regularly, and we also publish some stories of refusal and how we handle refusals too. So go and check it out. Thank you for joining me today, for all your feedback and all the questions that I received. A few questions, of course, not many. Next time, Wednesday Live is with you again. See you next week. Enjoy the rest of the week. Bye-bye.